All right. It is the return of the Old Man of the Three draft. We have a regular guest of the draft. I believe this is your third time. We got Chris Long on here. Chris, thank you for joining us.
Guys, third time's a charm is what they say.
They do say that.
We'll see who comes out with a W on this.
You've been on. Have you ever actually won a draft? I mean, you've been 300 times. I don't know if I've ever seen you win one, Tommy.
Have I won a draft? I've won like the last 5.
Oh God,
I'm rolling. I've been on one. Someone hasn't been paying attention to the show.
That's my boy, dude. I love it.
Tommy's getting better. Chris, what have you been up to this summer? I know you don't like to disclose locations, but it seemed like in July you had a pretty epic vacation with your family.
Yeah, no doubt. I was in Montana. I was in Northwest Montana on Flathead Lake. That's where I've been going since I was a kid. And now I got my own spot out there because it's hard to be like, hey, Big Howie, can I bring my entire growing family and like crash your vacation home, which is 5 minutes away from mine. So we got our own spot. The forest fires drove us out, so that kind of sucked. I mean, not just ruining our vacation, but possibly the world ending. The reminders are everywhere. But it was a good summer.
That's awesome. We had this. Hold on, Tommy. Hold on. I have to ask. I just want to bring this up. I don't mean to interrupt you, Tommy, but I have to bring this up. So we had a question last week on the pod on our mailbag episode about the places you'd like to be sort of in the U.S. Like, and I made the comment like, you know, the Northeast weather in the summer is as good as it gets. Like Long Island weather is as good as it gets. Cape Cod weather as good as it gets. Tommy, for some reason, wants to be in Atlanta in the summer or somewhere in the South. And I feel like, for me, the second place is like Wyoming,
Dude, I
Montana.
didn't say fucking Atlanta. I said like Savannah or Charleston.
In the summer, it's the same thing, Tom. It's probably even worse. The humidity is crushing.
Like Savannah's the best place in the world. Like, take me to Savannah for St. Patrick's Day. Savannah Smiles Piano Bar, one of my favorite places on the planet. So no shade, but literally no shade because 200 degrees down there. Savannah, if you look at a map, is not that much different than Atlanta there, Tommy. I prefer kind of what JJ is talking about. I prefer the Northwest, or like I'm a homer, Virginia, get some thunderstorms, some humidity, some clouds, I love the rain, especially coming back from up in the Northwest. Now it's beautiful up there. It's 85. There's no humidity, but again, it's very dry. And lately, for whatever reason, it's 100 degrees every day and no rain. So
For the record, I said Southern California, not the South. I also don't want to be in the South in July and August, but the point stands.
The point stands, Tommy. Good thing we're not drafting summer vacation hotels.
What kind of activities did you get into?
Oh, there's so many activities there, dude. So many activities. I mean, like, it's a 26-mile long lake. It's the largest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi. So, it's gorgeous, clear water, glacial water. So there's a bunch of places to hike, take the kids. We run the jet ski every day in the boat. I had one of my teammates visit me. Rosillo came up and visited me. So, just a lot of not dealing with people.
How is Rosillo?
He's good. He's like an all-star visitor. My kids love Ryan for some reason more than any human being they've ever met.
I feel like our kids now are in the sweet spot of going on these type of vacations. I was just in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee last weekend at Blackberry, and we didn't bring their iPads. Like, normally they get an hour a day of screen time. We didn't bring their iPads, and they were like, they're getting returned 7 to 5. They were so participatory in everything. It was great. They were outside. They were running around. They went on like a 4-mile hike in the mountains with us. It was awesome. You don't know what they're capable of until you push them to be capable of it. And so if you just sit there and you take the shortcuts, they're going to be iPad kids. Like, I'm the same way. It's like, dude, enough of the screen. It directly correlates with shitty behavior. I love it. All right, we're going to draft here. All right, so the draft topic today, Tommy came up with this one.
Good. Go figure. I'm struggling with this one.
I come up with all the draft topics. This is going to be a thing. If JJ loses this draft, he's going to say that
Tommy came up with
up with the topic.
I wish we could go through and do some of the ones that end up on the what is it, the cutting room floor?
Yeah,
like the draft topics that we don't ever actually do, that Tommy will text me at like 11:30 at night and be like, dude, we should draft this.
I'll send him
I'm
at
like,
2 a.m.
no.
Like, we should draft best gas station foods.
What kind of camera does Tommy have? Like, do you have one of those 8K cameras they put in the end zone?
It's a Sony.
It's a Sony.
Oh, it's
I'll
beautiful.
send you it. Looks good, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Anyways, the draft topic is musical acts you would least like to be stuck in a festival crowd for. Okay?
Yeah.
Chris is a big festival guy.
I feel like there's some obvious choices here.
Yeah.
But we're just going to let the draft sort of play out as we go along. Chris, you know how this works. Snake draft. Guest always starts first. Fire away.
First off, I want to say I had trouble with this because I hate putting down musicians, but maybe it's not a reflection of the quality of the music. Maybe it's your fans. Maybe it's like a whole host of issues here. But I'm gonna kick it off with Milli Vanilli.
All right.
Interesting.
Because they're not real. That would suck.
It's true.
What kind
They'd
of
just be
touring?
lip
What kind of
syncing.
touring did they do?
I don't know, but people were totally like, you're getting taken to the fucking cleaners if you're at a Milli Vanilli concert. Not only is it probably presumably not great, but you basically lit money on fire.
That's a hell of a first pick.
I think it's
That's
a good first pick.
That's a great first
Pretty
pick.
unimpeachable.
Yeah.
All right. I thought my first one was a no-brainer. I was worried it was going to go early. I'm going Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's on the crowd. Everything about that performance is just a non-starter, no-go disaster.
I think that's a great choice as well. I think there's some obvious ones here. For me, so I got 2 picks.
They say he's normal, by the way, JJ. They say Marilyn Manson's like a normal guy, other than the ribcage thing, which I don't know if that's true or not.
Dude, he can't be that normal. There's no way. Like
I don't know. If I miss something, here's the thing. Whenever you say like that guy's normal, that guy's not such a bad guy, I'm not responsible for his Wikipedia page. Whatever he's done in the last 5 years, I have no fucking clue.
True. But he's not going to pee on us if we meet him, is what you're saying.
No, he'd probably talk to you about like football or basketball, I hear. He's like a regular, wholesome cat. Just looks terrifying.
That's crazy in its own right.
All right. I'm not going to take them both, but I feel like the obvious answer, is always going to be like, if you really hate a band, and these 2 bands are universally hated. So I'm just going to go back to back because I want them on my draft board.
You go.
I'm going to go with Creed and Nickelback.
Low-hanging fruit, JJ.
I think so. I think
they're not low-hanging fruit.
I think it's too obvious, dude.
Okay. All right.
I just want to say this. Creed was close to really being fucking good. They were, if we take off our cool guys on the internet hats and you go back and you bump some Arms Wide Open, I think like they're not the bottom of the barrel that people make them out to be. They're certainly not my cup of tea, but
they sold 50 million albums. Creed sold 50 million albums.
There's a lot of uncool people out there.
Did you know that the Creed's original name was going to be Naked Toddler?
Ooh. Why?
I don't know.
Aren't they like a Christian adjacent band? You can't do that.
I thought they were post-grunge. Post-grunge? Is that what they were? I don't know how
Maybe
to
they were.
describe it.
When did Nickelback become like the internet punching bag?
I don't know. It's just the voice. I think it's the voice that so many people tried to like imitate some of those grunge heroes of the early 90s. And a couple of those bands really just butchered it and got, dragged for it.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy.
All right. Number 2, I'm going a couple options here, but I think I'm going to roll with Tool. I was watching some YouTube videos of Tool concerts, and they're even more violent in the mosh pit than Marilyn Manson. Apparently the worst mosh pits in all of music. So that's my second pick.
Well, I don't even know a Tool song.
I don't know them either. I don't know the names either. But I will not be.
I actually, we should sort of take a brief pause here.
Yeah, I want to hear
on the picks. And actually, I want to ask you guys a question. What is your ideal sort of festival experience? Not necessarily the band, but I'm saying if you go to a music festival, like what are you after there? What are you looking for?
Well, I'll be looking for all types of things. I'll be walking around looking for all types of things, unless I brought all types of things. But I would say Bonnaroo, like Bonnaroo at its best, And I'm going to Bonnaroo in a few weeks. Everybody has to be vaxxed and show a negative COVID test. So it's certainly infringing on my God-given freedoms that I can't go to a music festival without proving I don't have COVID. But I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to have a blast. I think probably like temperate outdoors, which temperate is the part that Bonnaroo doesn't have. Outdoors, and obviously older bands. Like a lot of festivals now have like caved to the young people. And I hate to sound super old, but like I don't listen to the like bass nectar or bass nectar, however you say that, and shit like that. I want some older bands that I know.
Like, that's your example of a young band?
Am I old?
I mean, that's not who I would have chosen. If
I don't know, K-pop,
like Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know, like bass nectar is not. Whatever, keep going.
I went to what's the fucking Lollapalooza in Chicago in 2010. I was 26. I felt hip at the time.
Oh yeah.
Like all the bands that were there, like I felt cool. And then I went back in 2015 and it was like I was completely out of touch.
It's like going to the college bar that you used to go to like your first 3 years when you come back to Duke or whatever, in the off season. And then there's one day that you show up and you're too old. And Gov Ball was like that for me. I think I went twice. Gov Ball is a very young situation. I wish they would throw a Red Rocks festival. If they would do a Red Rocks festival, it'd be awesome. Tommy, all I was saying was like the over the top EDM stuff. Like I can only do so much of it. Don't pack the lineup with it.
You guys, either of you ever do Coachella?
Yeah.
It's always during the season.
Tupac hologram year. I fucking quit the festival like the fourth day because I just had enough. It was just but I showed up right on time to see Tupac's hologram in person.
All right. Chris, go ahead. You got 2 picks.
Oh, fuck. I got 2. All right. Well, let's, how many picks do we have total on this show? 4 or 5?
5.
Oh, good. Let's just go Morgan Wallen and Ted Nugent. Let's just get them out of the way. I don't need, the racism, the fringy right-wing shit. Like, I don't need to be in a sea of those people. So fuck that.
Ted Nugent is a good pick.
And Ted Nugent, I love Stranglehold, trying to separate the artist from the art a little bit. Maybe some of you guys are still out there listening to R. Kelly, which I think is fucked up. But Ted Nugent used to have some really good songs, but I just don't want to be around it.
There was an article actually I saw today on Twitter about just sort of this the synonymous sort of link between country music and like the right side of the political spectrum. And I will say, like, I would go so to the whole draft topic point. Like, I don't necessarily want to hang out for a few days with anti-vaxxers and Obama truthers and all this stuff. But like I think it'd be an enjoyable experience to actually listen to some great country artists.
Oh yeah, and there are so many. Yeah. There's so many that don't use that word, and there's so many that
right.
that music don't like that don't that have the Ted Nugent don't tread on me cologne just dripping off them. Yeah, there's plenty of good country, but I'm skipping those types of shows.
Morgan Wallen seems like he's blown it. Like he's had multiple chances and he keeps blowing it. Like it wasn't like he just had one screw up. He's had like 3 things in the last 6 months that were.
Yeah. Plus he sounds like most other new country artists. There's only a few really, really good ones out, and most of them trend towards like bluegrass and like folk, or like they're actually like a little bit more diverse in what they can play and listen and produce.
Yeah. All right.
Fire away, Tommy.
I'm going DaBaby third.
Really?
Last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a woke draft this is.
I know. You guys are really just like.
Oh no! Don't worry. I'm coming. I got some of that.
You guys really just like you're shitting on like anybody who's had any sort of fucking issue.
Bro, but the thing with DaBaby was like.
I didn't look at it this way, guys. I wasn't gonna like. Yeah, whatever. You guys, this is call out culture at its finest.
Here's the other thing, though. Here's the other thing which we should talk about. I think all 3 of us are fans of rap music in general.
Love it.
Rap concerts, by and large, are terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
All right. There's a take.
There are a few exceptions. I think a lot of people in the industry would agree with that. There are a few artists. Kendrick Lamar is great. Travis Scott is just such a great performer.
Travis Scott is a rock and roll show, bro. It's amazing.
A rock. That's what I'm saying. But just a straight up rapper rapping, it doesn't work with the crowd.
You know what works? Fucking do a verses with the Locks on it. It was the best concert I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Best rap concert I've ever seen.
That is true. That is true. That was a moment. All right, Chris.
It's me. I got two here. I'm gonna go. My next pick. I'm gonna go Hootie the Blowfish.
Oh, come on, man.
Hold on a second. I just want to explain that pick a little bit. So, on the surface, the music's fine. I went to their show at the Garden, and like when the two best songs are Wagon Wheel and an REM cover song, like it says a lot about how the performance is. It just was not a good show. I would never want to sit through another Hootie and the Blowfish show. And that is not a knock on Darius Rucker I looked it up, dude. The Cracked Rear Window, 16th best-selling album in the U.S. It's just not a performance. I don't know
any other songs besides Wagon Wheel.
Hold My Hand?
It's a cover.
Wagon Wheel's not a fucking song, but hold on. Stop the press. Stop the press. You lost the draft. You just lost the draft. Wagon Wheel is not a fucking Hootie and the Blowfish song, dude. But by the way, I'm going to tag Darius Rucker under the graphic.
Darius Rucker's
not going to hear JJ's nothing against Darius Rucker.
He was supposed to come on in 2 weeks. Not
Yeah, we had him booked. Now he's not coming. My second pick, I'm actually going to go with Slipknot. And you could pretty much come up with any band sort of in that genre. Yeah. But for me, like just violence on stage, violence in the crowd, it's not just an enjoyable like music going experience. Slipknot actually would light each other on fire on stage. And I don't generally enjoy that genre of music either. So those are my two picks there.
All right. My fourth is very specific. It's Lee Greenwood at Trump's inauguration.
Oh, you're so... It's just the hits keep coming.
I know it's going to offend Chris, but I just that is a crowd that I do not want to be in.
Oh, that song is just.
Chris is like, these are my people.
No, not at all. I don't get where I said it was my people. I thought we left the yeah. Anyways, I'm up. I'll go. Fuck, dude. I hate Mumford and Sons. I hate them.
My God.
I actually skipped, and JJ, you like them, don't you?
I love them.
Yeah. Well, you live in Brooklyn.
What the fuck does that have to do with it? They have fans all over the world.
It is unsurprising. It is unsurprising.
You probably slide right into a Mumford and Sons album cover, and they think you were part of Mumford and Sons with the Chelsea boots and all that stuff. I actually, they were.
Chris, hold on. I stopped wearing Chelsea boots in 2017. I want to be clear on that.
Hey, I didn't know they were dead, dude. I might fuck around and come to Brooklyn and wear some Chelsea boots trying to fit in, and everybody's gonna laugh at me.
I got to tell a quick Chelsea boot story. Hold on. So this past weekend, as I said, I was at Tennessee. I'm at Blackberry Mountain, right? And I'm up at the top of the mountain of this fire tower. It's an old fire tower. We're at the restaurant, and this dude and his wife pulls up, and like he had to have been a musician. Like he had like not a sleeve, but like the sort of nine separate tattoos on each arm.
Oh yeah.
He was wearing some sort of hat. I don't know it wasn't a cowboy hat, but it was definitely a bigger hat, and skinny jeans, black t-shirt, a little loose fitting at the waist. You know the look.
Yes.
And he was wearing Chelsea boots. And I actually thought to myself, I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen Chelsea boots in like 3 years. Like, when was the last time you saw somebody wearing Chelsea boots?
Well, I haven't left my home a lot of years. So I don't really know if anybody's wearing Chelsea boots. I just wear Chucks every day. Every day. I got like 7 pairs. I rotate colors. But I'm really torn here because I really want to pick Chief Keef, and I know I only have two left, and I have a bomb to drop on you guys. I just want to say this. Chief Keef is not a concert I want to go to. Finito, I like that song. I like listening in the locker room with my buddies. Too loud. Concert's too loud. But I'll go with Mumford and Sons. I actually skipped their show at Bonnaroo. I hung out in the drink tent and heard it off in the distance. All my friends went. I protested it.
So you get 2 picks. So you're picking Chief Keef and Mumford and Sons.
No. I'm gonna pick Mumford and 21 Pilots. We'll leave Chief Keef off.
21 Pilots.
I don't
want
to infuriate Chief Keef if he ever like sees this. Like, no thanks, bro. Like, I love your music, man. I just now 21 Pilots is it'd be a dumpster fire to sit through a bunch of like Gen X's.
They're like defunct now, right? I
don't know what they are, dude. I don't know what they are, but no, thank you. It's too positive.
You need a little darkness in your music.
I need something.
Can I just say one thing real quick about Mumford?
Yeah.
I've seen them twice. Actually, I saw them in 2010. I saw them on a little tiny side stage at Lollapalooza. And then I saw them in Austin at the Grand Prix racetrack. And then I saw them 2 years ago in Denver. And it's an amazing live show. And 2 years ago, we got connected through a buddy. We got connected to the drummer that travels with them, and got to go backstage, meet the band, whatever. They were awesome. Have some beers with them. But it's an amazing show. I don't know why you would want to go see Mumford and Sons. The lights alone, the light show alone, man, it's worth it.
Chris, I'm with you, man.
Listen,
I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you the closing song, Chris, and you're gonna tell me you don't want to be a part of that. I'm going to text you the video. I'm going to text you the video.
JJ, it's somebody else's pick. Whoever it is, I will wait for you.
Nice.
All right. All right.
It's so funny to me
Well
that
played.
I picked a band that not only you like, but like you have friendships with them. And like, I know they're good. I know they're talented, but some things are not for me.
Okay.
This is why Chris is good at podcasting. It's because you knew the thing that was going to stick the knife in Jason's mouth.
Yes. He probably texted Tommy on a side text, and we're like,
No, I didn't.
No Prep just walks in. I don't think there's maybe Arcade Fire. Besides that, I don't know if there's another band that.
Oh, I love Arcade Fire. Okay, JJ, I love Arcade Fire.
all right. Okay.
Fucking legends.
All right.
All right.
Olive branch for
All
your
right.
for your ass.
I'm closing it. I was thinking, we were talking about him earlier. I was thinking about going R. Kelly because of the crowd thing, but I'm not going to because I don't even think he performs. I don't even like the last time he's performed. I'm going Iggy Azalea.
Is he not in jail?
He isn't. He's in and out of jail right now.
Yeah, so he's not performing.
So he doesn't count.
Iggy Azalea.
So I'm going Iggy Azalea.
Why?
I think Iggy Azalea's music is some of the worst music that's ever come out in the history of music in any medium. I think everything Chris was saying about the crowd checks out there. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who's ever liked an Iggy Azalea song. And so I feel like she's the kind of person who still will do festivals and things like that. And that's just a very easy stay away.
Yeah, I have some Iggy Azalea jokes, but I'll save them.
Okay.
All right. My 5th pick. This one's actually easy. I can't believe it's still on the board. I'm going to go with Dave Matthews Band.
Oh,
I was going to ask about this if this didn't get picked.
You're doing the thing. I will say this. Are you doing the reverse Mumford on me? And listen, I know that people hate like Dave's music and people more resent the fan base. Dave got his start in Charlottesville, bro. And
I know.
You probably know that. But I will say this. Their shows, kind of the way you just said it to me, but then some. They're actually amazing musicians, and the shows are great, and they're like marathons. So Here, let's do a home and home. You take me to a Mumford show. I'll take you to a Dave show.
Done. We'll do it.
I think that's a good.
You bring the gummies, okay? You bring the gummies.
Bring everything, okay?
Chris, are there any festivals in Charlottesville?
No, but there's one called Lock-In that's south of Charlottesville, like 30 minutes, and it's in August, and it's actually pretty good. We get some really big acts. My Morning Jacket played there. Bob Weir was there. Tedeschi Trucks Band. I mean, how
far is Virginia Beach from Charlottesville?
I couldn't tell you because I've never been, but it's about 3 hours.
No,
it's a ways.
No, because they're doing Pharrell's going to do a festival there.
Oh, who else is going to be there?
It's going to be like everybody. It's going to be all his people.
Should we go there?
Yeah, we should go. They were supposed to do the first one last year, the April of COVID, and they stopped, but they're doing it in April. It's like where he's from, Missy Elliott, Cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the epicenter. Don't forget Jermaine Dupri. No, he's Atlanta. I'm thinking about all the 90s stars that were from Bad News, Virginia.
I've
never seen Pharrell in one of your dinner pictures. I'm waiting.
Never seen who?
Pharrell
He's
You
been
need
in.
to have Pharrell to dinner. He's been in your dinner? Wow.
Chris, do you ever come to New York City? We got to get you to one of these dinners. We got to get you to a Tommy
Chris
dinner.
has
We got to
been-
get you a Tommy Alter
Chris
dinner.
has been at the dinner. Remember we went to Missy?
No,
Remember-
I've never been to one of your
Dude,
dinners. You invited me, but
we went to Missy in Brooklyn.
Did I miss that one?
JJ didn't show up.
I-
JJ was in New York. This was like 2 years ago. You were there. I forget who else was there.
we went to Sean's restaurant.
Yes, that was the dinner.
It wasn't one of those dinners, bro. There weren't like mad famous people there, dude. You had me to one of the minor league.
Not all of my dinners have famous people. That is like
Yeah,
such
but
a
you didn't post a
misconception.
picture of our dinner, so I was like, oh man, I'm no.
I don't post a picture of
I'm
98%.
fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Hey, I want to be at the next fucking dinner, okay? I'm coming up there to Brooklyn. I'm bringing my Chelsea boots.
You should have moved to Brooklyn 2 years ago, dude. You're
No
stuck,
chance. I need trees
You're
and
stuck
stuff.
in your isolated farm in the middle of nowhere in Virginia. Like, don't see another human being for
We have
9 months.
so many amenities within a reasonable amount of driving. In fact, it takes me less time to get to things I need than y'all, probably.
I'm actually amazed
Okay.
the Wi-Fi works.
Chris, after being in Tennessee this weekend, not that the two are the same, but I realized how much I miss Charlottesville. I need to make my way down there.
Dude, come on. Well,
I miss it so much.
We're going to triangulate when the next Dave show is here because he'll play for multiple nights. I'll have more time to prove my point.
All
And
right.
then you tell me when Mumford plays at the next like hip little venue and we'll go up and hit it.
All right. I love it. I love it.
Brooklyn, Charlottesville, home and home.
That's great. I can't wait. All right, Chris, we appreciate the time, bro. As always, good to catch up.
Appreciate you. Good to win the draft.
Later, dude.
See ya.